Hello, my name is Randy Kreill. I'm a 57-year-old ultra runner, currently with 13 100-mile finishes. Typically, I will run 100 miles in Huarache style sandals. I absolutely love to run pretty much anywhere: roads, cemeteries, woods, mountains, beaches, you name it. Indoors, treadmills, inside arenas, staircases. I spend quite a bit of time running. I have so many pairs of sandals and so many race shirts as conversation starters. What I hear from so many people after they hear about all this running is A, I hate running, and B, I could never do that. So when I hear people say I hate running, what I'm hearing is people rejecting a huge part of what being human is all about. As human beings, one of our superpowers is our ability to run long distances. Clear back in 2004, I was a bit overweight, had thyroid cancer, went through all that and learned how to lose some weight, took up a little bit of running, and then ran a marathon. Now, I barely hobbled in on basically one functioning leg at that marathon, and then a couple months later found the best-selling book Born to Run by Christopher McDougall. It's a wealth of information about running in general. He shows us compelling evidence that monkeys and pigs are walking mammals, while humans, deer, horses, and dogs are built to be runners. Everything about us is organized in a way to help us cover great distances on our two legs. We have sensitive feet, so we can react to the ground accordingly. We have lower extremities that are effectively like springs. Everything about our upper bodies is designed to keep all that in balance as we're in motion. Our breathing, our skin, everything is designed to keep us cool enough to keep running long distance. So if we are in fact born to run, why do so many people hate running? I have really great memories of just running like the wind as a very young child. And something happened as I grew older. At the pool or at school, the authorities would say, hey, stop running. As I got older, maybe I'd spend more time sitting on a bike or sitting on the couch, sitting in the classroom. At a very young age, most of us just get away from the natural joy of running. Then, like most people, I ended up in over-padded shoes. I spent way too many hours sitting in chairs. My muscles got out of balance. By the time I was in my late 40s and wanted to take up minimalist running, there was a lot of rehab work that needed to happen. Additionally, the way that many team sports involved with running focus on speed tends to emphasize the more painful side of running. A lot of ex-track runners and cross-country runners tend to not love running because perhaps there was just too much emphasis on speed. And the many people who go through military training wearing hot gear and heavy boots and so forth tend to end up hating running as a result. Both empathy and an ability to run long distance are effectively hardwired into our DNA. My mission would be to help more people find this superpower right there within themselves. So understanding all these things would be the first step towards a love of running. Many of us will also have to relearn proper running technique. I'm a huge fan of Xero Shoes. They have quite a bit of free information on proper running technique on their website. If you happen to be good at awareness, self-awareness, your own feet can teach you proper running technique. The simple way to do this would be to go to a safe place and run a little bit completely barefoot. It can be difficult to find safe places to get very far completely barefoot. I've learned that for my foot protection, less is definitely more. For any given goal, I want the least amount of protection for my feet that will keep me safe. Generally, for training, I would wear the Xero Genesis to keep glass and rocks out of my sole. On the Xero Shoes website, you will find videos by Danny Dreyer, who is the author of Chi Running, that's C-H-I Running. His book will teach you injury-free running style. One of the great joys of running is achieving the runner's high. Hopefully you can find that. I tend to not focus on speed very much, going after long distances up to 35 hours and beyond. So for me, running has become transformational. It's a form of moving yoga. It's a form of meditation. Running long distances or even short distances is a mood enhancer and a time to resolve issues. Running is a time for mental clarity and simply taking in nature's beauty and abundance. If you happen to get deeper into running year-round, there's a lot of gear to talk about. The most important thing, in my opinion, is lightweight, zero drop, zero arch support, wide toe box area, any kind of footwear that will allow you to move as naturally as possible. My preference is the toe post Huarache style sandal. This happens to be the Xero Genesis. The vast majority of my footwear is now from Xero Shoes, which has evolved from primitive style sandals to the Huaraches I had just showed you, to sports sandals such as this. There are dress shoes, casual shoes, an athletic running shoe, the Prio. These are all built from that Huarache style base. Here is a Xero trail running shoe and a Xero hiking boot, or what I would use for a cold winter 50K on trails. So going from hating running to a love of running, it involves a lot of paradigm shifts. It's simply a matter of changing how you think. So I would invite you, challenge you, encourage you to somehow make running a core part of your lifestyle. You don't have to run 100-mile foot races regularly to get the benefits. 10 minutes a day or maybe a half hour 3 times a week can dramatically improve your life. A word of caution for those who have not been running it and they'd like to start: take it extremely slow. It's easy to feel good and get over-exuberant and then get injured. And if you are wanting to go more minimalist with your footwear or barefoot, take that extraordinarily slow. As you transition from an overbuilt, over-padded shoe to either barefoot or something like this, take it super easy. Just do a little bit in this before, after, or during the time you're wearing your old footwear. And then slowly, obviously, ramp up the use of barefoot time or something like this.